Where did the trauma come from?
The trauma, so now I have this I've sat down and done all of the diagnoses, and I now have a diagnosis of, and to quote the report, which is extremely confronting if you ever have to read your own mental health report, extremely severe post-traumatic stress disorder. There's two places that comes from. One for me is the violence of my early childhood in Iran, and then the other bit is politics. You know, we all know that racism exists and prejudice exists, but the sheer volume of it and the level of violence in it was not something that I expected. And at first I had that response of, this is fine, you get to fight it, but it just keeps coming and it keeps coming, and it's violent. The threats are of rape and physical violence, you know.
Was it a case of somebody who was repeatedly told they were shit, behaving like shit?
Well, I certainly was telling myself I'm shit in my head. I certainly was very angry at myself and disappointed at myself for feeling not okay and increasingly feeling like weak. And I just really wanted to punish myself, I guess, in a really stupid way.
I mean, it's the stupidest thing, isn't it?
It's the stupidest thing. It's like, yeah. It's,
and I don't mean to be rude or make light of it, but you were a shit shoplifter.
you
were really a dismal shoplifter. I mean, Scotties, cameras everywhere, small room, people looking at you, you're wandering around.
I was in there for like 40 minutes. It was like it was bizarre behaviour. And
there was no way you were going to get away with it.
No, but that's what self-sabotage looks like. It's not like you want to get away with it. I mean, I don't know what I took. It's not like you're going to get anything out of, it is sabotage, but it's sabotage that hurt others.
And there you go, full interview. There was another part of that, and I don't think it was in that, but by talking about feeling better, and she was talking about how nothing she did made her feel better. And I don't know. I understand that some people, I actually understand that some people are going to roll their eyes, because I sometimes think about my own kind of mental health journey and think about, I look at the triggering factors for stuff that I've been through, and even I roll my eyes going, can I really think about that kind of stuff that happened in my childhood that affects me as an adult or not? And I kind of go, even I'm not that comfortable about using it as an excuse for me, but every health professional I've always talked to kind of goes, no, maybe you should give that a bit more weight. Pardon the pun, and food addiction, look, weight. See what I did there?
We have circled around this issue multiple times on the show. New Zealand is shit at mental health.
Yeah.
We don't give ourselves the grace to sort of go, well, look, maybe some of these things haven't, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm good. And then your brain hates you at the end of the day. Like, your brain is, it's not a reliable narrator. It's not giving you the best information all the time. And I can't even comprehend, like I've been told snippets of what has been sent through to her office in the past.
Mm.
And there's a fact when she had a security detail that would rival the Prime Minister's security
same as the PM.
detail.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of threats that she was getting, the content of threats that she was getting. And that's just the ones that were coming into the office and that sort of thing. Let alone, and you can just go out and find some right now, comment sections that involved Golras were vile. It was like wading through sewage. People really hated her. And it was just, for someone that she wasn't a party leader. She was up there with the Greens, but she's not the one that's always funding stuff. But there was something about her that really set people off, and it's hard to look past the fact that she's a foreign-born refugee brown woman on the left.
Yeah.
And it was just that's the perfect storm for a lot of people. That's blood in the water. And how many how many MPs have we lost from that? How many talented leaders have we lost that have got to that point? And how many talented leaders in the future is it going to cost us when people look at the experiences that people like Golgars have had and gone, you know what? It's not worth it.
Mm. Yeah.
I think the message that's out there for people that are having health crisis, mental health crisis, you know, how will people react to the fact that I mentioned that I have PTSD? And they look at the comment sections and see how people are reacting to someone that has a long-term illness and PTSD, and how's she being spoken about at the moment. And they're not MPs. They're just talking about their friends or their workplace or that sort of thing.
Do you know something else? Something else that I've just thought. So the example of a significant mental health breakdown on the right would probably be Todd Muller. And I don't mean that. I'm not throwing that at him. Isn't it? Now, this might be a bit of a long bow, but it feels, isn't it funny when it's a, you know, white middle class conservative man has his mental health breakdown, able to, you know, do stuff and get back along. If it's a brown left-leaning woman, and I'm thinking about Kerry Allen here as well, who have their mental health breakdown. I guess, like, to be fair, I guess the outworkings of both Kerry Allen and Golgars were more significant, involved crimes. But it does feel like the right are very keen to jolly along the mental health of Todd Muller and, you know, good. But when when they don't see it packaged in a way that's, shall we say, family friendly, there's no grace for it.